There are a couple topics we need to go over before we really dive into the idea of density. First one is mass, is the amount of matter in an object. And we can measure mass in how many grams of matter there would be in an object. The next one is volume, the amount of space an object occupies. And we're going to measure that in either milliliters if it is a liquid or cubic centimeters. 1 milliliter does equal 1 cubic centimeter, so you can convert back and forth without doing any math. Now for density, the amount of mass per unit of volume. I like to write a for every statement. So for every 1 unit of volume, how much matter does it contain? We can set it up as a ratio. It's always per 1 unit of volume, so I'm going to go with a milliliter here. And since we measure mass in grams, I'm going to put grams here. So our density is going to be however many grams, whatever number you put there, however many grams there are in 1 milliliter. So let's look at an example. Let's assume you have a sample that is a cube and it has a certain amount of mass packed within it. All right, so let's say that this example we have 4 grams of mass packed within 2 milliliters. So to solve for density, you can set it up as a ratio. 4 grams for every 2 milliliters would be X number of grams for every 1 milliliter. And so 4 divided by 2 will solve for X. So you'll have 2 grams. So X would equal 2 in this case, 2 grams for every 1 milliliter. I also highly encourage you at the beginning when you're just starting to learn about density to write it as grams per 1 milliliter. Even though in math you can always drop the 1 because anything divided by 1 is just that number. So that's why, let's say this is 2 grams per milliliter. That can also be written as 2g/ml. But the g/ml can sometimes cause students a little trouble when they're trying to envision what the numbers and symbols mean. Whereas when you write it out and you actually write the 1 milliliter, it is a little bit more intuitive what 2 grams per 1 milliliter is actually talking about. It's 2 grams of mass packed into a certain amount of space, a very specific amount of space, 1 milliliter of space.